too long.
No,
maybe
you're
like
fine, man.
15 minutes or so. I just had a few questions I want to run through.
Funny, like jerks are.
What's up? I'm with Tommy Marquez. Today we're going to sit down and kind of go over a few different questions here in Miami. Like, how is everything going for you guys so far?
Good. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks. I was in Norway last weekend.
Yeah, how quickly would you, like, you went Norway straight to here, or did you go home?
So I did if you're a travel coordinator,
Yeah.
I did exactly what you shouldn't do. I went to Norway, I went home to California for one day, and then I went right back out to Miami. But it was important because, you know, on the road so much, like anytime I can spend with my fiance is.
I was saying, do you ever get to bring her out to any of this?
Yeah, so she just started a new physical therapy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a new physical therapy job. So she's low woman on the totem pole and like doesn't have time off accrued. So once she does and gets a little more familiar, we'll bring her out. But she's gonna come to hopefully the Vancouver event and then West Coast Classic in March.
I want to try and get down to West Coast. Like, it's a Loud and Live. They put on the all these ones. I think they have like 5 under their belt.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely one of the things I want to kind of start off with you here. Let's see here. So yeah, you started about a year ago with your guys' podcast. I know it's kind of brand new. You wanted to jump into a new scene, but you're also doing Morning Chalk Up.
Yeah.
Did you do that before the podcast?
Yeah. So the timeline kind of went like I got laid off in October from headquarters. Like November, less than a month later, Justin from Morning Chalk Up reached out to me about writing for them. So back in the day, but when HQ was really the only game in town as far as media was concerned, Justin was building the Morning Chalk Up, and everybody was pretty closed off to him in terms of providing information.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me one time, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Like, give you some of the details and info you're looking for. And I guess I was the only person that ever responded to it, and the only person that
That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I guess I was the only person that kind of helped him out. So when we all got let go, he was just like, dude, appreciate you helping me out back in the day. Like, love to have you come write. So
yeah, are you like designated as an author? Because like that's what they have you up on, but it seems like you're doing so much more than that.
Yeah, so my baseline thing is I'm a contract staff writer for them.
Yeah.
So I do work for them on an article by article basis. But then I'll written into that contract, they also can send me to events as do classic sports journalism, writing pieces, doing interviews, putting together videos and stuff like that. And then so I do that as well on top of my normal like monthly just staff writer work with them. And that started in November of 2018, and then actually right before Wannapalooza last year is when we released our first podcast. So this weekend is kind of like
coming up to the anniversary event.
Yeah. So even though technically this is a month later than last year, the Wannapalooza weekend really is like the kind of starting point for our podcast.
Yeah, dude, that's fantastic. So like I mean, it seems like you're busy on both directions, but does it kind of help you out, like being able to go to these auditions for the Morning Chalk Up and get to like interact with these athletes one-on-one to like maybe do things like, friend with the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things for me that's very important is one that I absolutely love this. I love covering the sport. I love like highlighting athletes. I love like doing my best to shine a light on the amazing things and hard work that
so many stories to
oh my god, and so much hard work that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, right now we're talking, and 2 games athletes are just putting in work, and so I want to do my best to shine a light on that. And that, in my opinion, the best way to do that is to have like boots on the ground, in person, and like developing like.
It's hard to do that over text, and I've reached out to like a handful of athletes, and I got to talk with like Griffin and Josh, like the top 2 men in Norway. But it's like unless you're at these events, seeing somebody in person, it's a lot different.
Yeah, and it's a significant time investment as well. But I like that I get to go to these events and mix it up and see it firsthand. If I want to, my role as an analyst, as a writer, as a on-camera personality, whatever it may be, I want to do the best job possible, right? Like I think we're all equally invested in this ecosystem and this sport, and if we're going to do that, they're putting in their full effort. It demands my full effort too.
With the sport being so young, I mean, it's barely over 10 years old professionally. From what I can see, there's just so much growth. And I feel like it's a lot of responsibility, not only like on the athletes, but also community leaders to help grow that sport. Because we've kind of like, after 2018, kind of like taking that dip. I feel like we almost took a few steps backwards. And then after the sanctionals kind of grown the second year around, it's been a lot more impressive compared to like what they brought in the first year. They really did step up their game.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The analogy I've kind of talked to about or the comparison behind the scenes. Do you follow any like Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh yeah, it's super big.
So you know, like in the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, like Groot saves the team and sacrifices himself, and then has to like regrow again and start from scratch. And they plant him in the second one. He's a little baby Groot. I feel like that's what the media efforts and ecosystem was.
Yeah.
It was like our whole media team took a big axe.
Really, just like disbanded, and everybody's kind of like growing their own roots right now.
Yeah, totally. And that's and now we're starting to see the kind of fruits of that a little bit with some more established media outlets and stuff like that. And hopefully that continues to grow and gets us back to at least a level, albeit a slightly different vantage point, but at an equal level that we were before.
I think so too. I mean, honestly, I think the freedom now that everybody has really helps expand on that, depending on like what was hushed from like what they did, what you guys essentially say. But I mean, like with the premiere of like the new documentary that just dropped the other day, I know that everybody's super excited. It's already topping the charts on iTunes.
Yeah.
It's up there with like Star Wars and all the other ones that are on pre-release sales.
Yeah.
That's super exciting.
And I mean, I had a chance to see it the other night, and so what really made me appreciate the movie this year in particular is I've seen firsthand what Marcin he wrote, the boys have done, and what have had to go through in order just to get this film made. And I will say, I don't think it's as cinematic as the past years and like very pretty and manicured, but I think that's to the benefit of this movie. I think it's a little bit more raw.
I think that's what people wanted too. There's so much like kind of radio science of what was happening, and people kind of had to like rely on people like you guys to kind of give like some behind the scenes stuff, like, oh, this happened, and people are kind of just like piecing some things together. It's gonna be nice to kind of get that all under one video. I remember leaving the games last year, and they just announced they got the distribution rights to be able to set up. So that was really exciting.
I was actually in the car with them as we were at Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, in a rental car, as they were on the phone, and they got the word that they were going to get the distribution for it. It was like this crazy, like.
Everybody's exhausted, but also like all on a new high.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome just to see them, and like I'm happy for them, man. They're some of my best friends on the planet. And I want the best.
It's gotta be so cool because you guys get to travel together, like sharing in this space. Like I think that would be something really, really awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, just like the training and what makes this great. It's like it's a community and people forward endeavor, right? And so for me, what made working for HQ great is like. The people that I was in the office with every day were some of my like best friends and people that like I would go to battle with on any day. And so we lost a little bit of that early on when we all kind of got scattered, and now we're kind of finding ways to kind of keep those relationships together. And like, man, like I don't want to like go about this by myself. I want to be able to share this with people that I care about and do all these adventures with people that I know are A, have the best interest, and B, are just a genuine treat to be around.
I mean, you could see the impact you have. I mean, like when you walked in the gym, it was even like 2 steps in the door. Someone's like, "Hey, man, like so excited to see you. Like really appreciate like everything you guys do." And, like I think you can really see that. Like I was talking about earlier, we're walking around the venue in Miami. You got Born Primitive down here, but everybody's wearing Talking Elite Fitness and Buttery Bro shirts. Like that's what you guys are doing.
That's always going to be weird to me. That is always it's because it's like that's like I wouldn't even say that's like a secondary or tertiary like goal of ours. It's like that was just completely off the reservation in terms of what we had envisioned for ourselves, right? Like all of us started working for working in this space as people behind the scenes, like production assistants, video producers that you would never ever see and weren't really forward facing. So to have that be an evolution of this is cool, and I'm certainly grateful for it. But it's just like you never like.
Right, it was never the intentions, but like here you are, you've made this brand name. Like you guys, I feel like you have a very permanent footstep within in the space of CrossFit, which you definitely should earn. Like I said, you've been behind the scenes for years building this sport to what it is essentially.
I appreciate that.
No, yeah. You know, speaking of which, like you guys have the podcast, and it's been like a full year into it. Do you guys have plans beyond the podcast?
Yeah, so we're working on some video elements and things like that. We're really trying to make sure that whatever we do. So we had a little video.
Yeah, I saw you guys
last
had on
year.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a collective effort. So it was like a bunch of different people from the whole job that were like pitching in time on the side, and that just didn't, as much as we wanted it to work, it wasn't financially viable from a time perspective.
Yeah.
Because as we all started to develop our own businesses, it became hard to kind of come together on it.
Impossible. Everybody had to produce those out consistently.
Yeah, so me and Sean are kind of taking the reins of that. We've got control of that channel, so that channel is still alive. We just rebranded it, and we're gonna pump some life back into it. We're gonna start adding video content from the podcast. We're gonna start taking clips from the podcast and putting it out from the video perspective. We got a little studio we're building in Sean's garage. And I'm starting adding some other video content too. So like I'm at a lot of these events filming.
Yeah, I saw like in Norway, I saw like you had like a camera in hand. I wasn't sure if that was like for you the morning chalk up. Because I know you guys have some videos here and there, but like you really are. You're on these locations where there's like so much footage you capture. Like, there's a lot of things you can bring back with you.
Totally. And when I'm there for morning chalk up, I'm there for morning chalk up.
Yeah.
You know, like they're the ones who need me to be there, and I want to be there and fulfill my obligations to do a good job for them. But like I'm also just filming all the time, and I have like hats off to all the athletes that have given us incredible access.
Yeah.
Like
a balance between like I know they have such a busy schedule and have somebody with a camera on their face. Like I understand having to be like delicate about, hey, like do you have time? Like is it okay?
Sure.
It's with you. Yeah.
Totally. But and so we're gonna continue to build that channel and hopefully work on some other things as well. Like we've got some ideas in the works, things that we would love to be able to do on top of like morning chalk up and like writing for them, going to events for them, and doing stuff for the podcast. I also work with events directly, so they bring us on for the live stream broadcast, which I love.
Yeah, like last year you guys had one set up at the morning chalk before they had the live stream down there.
Yeah, and then I mean like me and Sean called the 5150.
Yeah, that
this
was
year.
excellent.
Yeah, and then with Mayhem Classic too, and I'll be hopping on the live stream for a little bit this weekend, and then I've got plans to help out with a few of the live streams on other events going forward. And so hopefully that's something I love to do too. So that's something I'm looking to build out as well. Like
I love that. Like yesterday they had like Armin and like Brent, or no, I think it was Pat. They were sitting just in the middle of the arena, just like a loud mic. Everybody could hear them just hanging out talking. Yeah, it was fantastic.
And so we're very fortunate. Sean and I fit together as a commentator duo. Sean play-by-play and me doing color. So we would love to have more Talking Elite Fitness branded, stream content, stuff like that. So like events can come to us at Talking Elite Fitness and know that they're going to get play-by-play and color and like the full package. So that's definitely something we're going to work on building out as we go forward, because I love the live stuff.
Yeah, man,
It's
it'll be exciting to see if you guys can definitely get that put together. Like I know you got people that jump on it every single time. Like I was up till last night till like 3 in the morning working on things, and I saw like Sean had uploaded like the new one for you guys on the podcast, and kind of like listening in on that. Kind of like switching gears to this. This has been like the big talk for quite some time, but like Tia and Sarah yesterday went toe to toe and finished at the top of the board, both in first place.
Oh yeah, I mean this is what people had been waiting to see, in my opinion. And granted, it's still early, so like you don't want to like.
I thought we were gonna have to wait till road until we had like specially announced that Sarah was gonna show up.
Yeah, and granted, it's only 2 workouts, so we still have 4 days of competition left. But even if this is just the only little like crumb that we get to chew on, that moment from Sarah last night is what people have been waiting for from her since she was last on the podium, right? So Roy McKernan's also here putting out content, and I've worked with him a ton for his YouTube blog as well, and we did a little stand up, and I mentioned like this is the first time I've seen that Sarah that we saw in 2015, that one heavy DT, and it like kind of announced to the world that she was here. and I haven't seen that kind of sparkle in her since. I've seen it to a lesser degree, but like that one felt like it because she like came out and led
She
in
was
front.
eating it up last night, man, too. Like that bike was coming up off the ground. She was hitting it so hard.
And so I think even if Tia runs away with it the rest of the weekend, I think it's like one of those things where I do a lot of martial arts, and sometimes if you're outmatched, all you're hoping for is just to land one clean shot. And let them know that like if I get that shot, it's gonna hurt you. Yeah, it's gonna hurt you. I may not win, you may still beat the crap out of me, but I can hurt you if I get through. Make you bleed a little bit, as we say. But and so that may be the one shot that Sarah lands, but it was a good one, and everybody's excited about it. So.
I'm super excited to see what they bring out today. Hey man, I want to appreciate your time. Like that was awesome that you came out and did this with us.
Yeah, man, happy to sit down and chat. And, yeah, it's a crazy weekend. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's so much to do. We have a lot planned for this afternoon. Definitely we'll be seeing you guys around for sure. Want to thank Downtown Strength and Conditioning for letting us come in and film at their space. Really awesome venue. If you guys are here in Miami, it's about a block away from the venue. Come check it out. Drop in. I think it's about $25 per day. So appreciate the time, guys. Thanks, Dominic.
Thanks.
Hey, man. Thanks a lot. I know it's been like really busy, kind of popping back and forth.
Oh, dude.